Chelsea are out, OUT out of the FA Cup, beaten 2-1 by Brighton. Jules, Maresca insists he doesn't need any more strikers. Do you agree?
He can't, that's not... He doesn't tell the truth, Gabby. They were chasing Matistel to play him as a striker through the whole of January.
Another one.
And now he says like, well, no, why would we need a striker? But why did you try to sign one if you didn't need one in the first place?
Yeah, did he try to sign him or did the clever people upstairs?
That's true. I think he knows. He knows that even Mark Guyu, as we saw coming on the other day in the league, is not good enough for this level. He's not good enough for what, as a club, Chelsea want to achieve. This season is not good enough for to be a backup striker. Christopher Nkunku is not a striker in the pure sense of being a striker. And then you've got Nico, who we can also say is not really a pure striker. Certainly was not for a while. So I think he does, but it's too late now. So you'll have to wait in the summer and again shuffle that squad to make it better. And certainly the striker position is not good enough.
God forbid Nico Jackson gets injured.
Yeah,
He's made so much progress this year, but I just don't understand this idea of not having alternative. And by the way, I will go further. I think they're short on wingers as well now, because Mudryk ain't coming back for a long time.
Right.
Joe Felix, not a fan of, as you know, but he's gone.
Yeah,
you have three wingers,
3 for 2 places.
And you don't have to worry about the FA Cup, but they're still in the conference, and they're gunning for top 4. Why are you putting Maresca in this position? So it's true. If you look closely, Maresca, his nose gets a little longer when he says that.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's an employee. He's a company man.
Yeah, he's
2 years ago, he was coaching. He's not going to go all Antonio Conte on you. Certainly not in public.
No.
He's doing the job that he's paid to do.
Yeah.
But Kaoru Mitoma?
Yeah,
I knew you'd like that.
It's good to be back to this kind of level. Liverpool will also be watching the rest of the FA Cup on their sofas, Gab. They lost 1-0 to Plymouth Argyle. That's right, of the championship, bottom of the championship even. Arne Slot is pushing back after getting stick for a lineup full of reserves.
Yeah, and Arne Slot is 100% right on this one. I mean, we can go and we can go and lie to ourselves all that we like, but the reality is, to Slot, and I think to 100% of Liverpool fans, winning the Champions League and winning the Premier League are more important than the FA Cup. That's all it is. And if he feels the need,
bad look though, and even he said like this is hurting, and he knows this is a bad look.
I have no issue with what he did, and I think it's silly to give him stick over this. It doesn't cheapen. By the way, this is the other aspect to this, right? So Plymouth's greatest ever FA Cup run was in 1984. I actually looked this up, right? Those guys, they reached the semifinals. They lost to Watford. I looked at it. They played one top flight team to get to the semifinal. I guarantee, and they were in the third flight back then. I guarantee you the difference in resources between them and whoever it was that they beat, West Brom, I think, on their way to the final back in 1984 was a lot less than the difference between this team and even Liverpool's reserves who played. So this is still a tremendous feat.
Yeah,
and they should be proud of it.
One of the greatest games, ever. They're bottom of the championship, man. They're 24th, and they beat the best team in Europe.
Manchester City go a goal down to Little Leyton Orient, and Pep has to sweat out the 2-1 victory. He needs to bring on his subs.
Yeah, and
Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden.
Yeah, the big boys, and they played to keep the ball by the corner flag towards the end of the game as well. Like if you were playing.
Hey, too much Schadenfreude here. Is it a big deal?
I don't know if it's they had to win, they won. It's a hell of a February month. We said that in terms of fixtures with the Real Madrid games, with the Liverpool game, with the Newcastle game. It would be tough. So at least you win. It was not pretty. They didn't play well. They got lucky with their first goal, massively lucky with the Kusanov deflection on the Rico Lewis shot.
You know the Kusanov meant that?
Imagine he put his bum out. I think the keeper who had a great game in goal, Hazard, nothing to do with Eden, but still. I think he made a mistake on the De Bruyne winning goal as well, because it takes forever to come out, and it's so obvious to see what De Bruyne is doing, and the ball it's in slow motion and it doesn't come out. But amazing goal from Donley, one of the goals of the season without doubt, even if it's given as an Ortega own goal. And in the end, for City, you just take that win and you forget about it as quickly as you can.
Yeah, these games are always lose-lose for clubs like City when they go play these. Aston Villa knock out Spurs, and there are debuts for Marcus Rashford and Marco Asensio.
Yeah.
Jules, Ange Postecoglou got pretty heated after crashing out of 2 cups in 4 days.
Yeah, we said that he was still in place because the Cubs were saving him. And it's true, he had 3. He's got down to 1, the League Cup. That obviously they're not playing in the playoffs this week, but we'll be back for the last 16. I mean, they were destroyed by Liverpool on Thursday. Okay, that's understandable. They were not good, but Liverpool were much better. In this game, they conceded a goal after a minute and 30 seconds or whatever it was, the Ramsey goal, which was terrible to start the game like that from a Spurs point of view.
Not great goalkeeping.
I just don't understand how you can... Yeah, the goalkeeper doesn't help. How you start a game like that and then put yourself under pressure. I'm glad for Matistel, who scores, who was not very good, didn't have much service, but at least he scored a goal. That was a really lovely goal. But in the end, they deserve to lose again, and he just can't find any solutions.
He said, like, oh, if you want to have a go at me, that's fine, but don't have a go at the players. Because obviously,
we're having a go at you.
Sorry?
I said, don't worry, Ange, we're having a go at you anyway.
Yeah, this is the part I don't get. Like, the blame is falling on him and mostly on Daniel Levy because, it's 25 years and 1 trophy. And we can debate whether that's right or wrong. But nobody's having a go at the players. They understand that they're tired.
Yeah.
I mean, some are not good, but Timo Werner's injured, so enough about him. But and people understand that if they're tired, they can't run around so much. I would have built up the fact that in this game, you go a goal down in the first one. The worst thing that can happen is a complete goalkeeping error because I expected anybody to keep that ball out. And then Heung-min Son, bless him, I'm not going to blame him, but he had 2 really good chances to score. That changes the whole dynamic of the game. And you did it against a Villa side with the new signings and everything and the tactical genius of Unai Emery and whatever. You should be and away from home. You should be talking about those positives rather than saying, oh, don't have a go at my... Nobody's having a go at your players. This is not happening.
Yeah.
This was way back on Friday, but hey, it's Manchester United, so we got to talk about them.
Yes.
A cravenly offside Harry Maguire goal gives them a 2-1 win over Leicester City. Jules Ruud van Nistelrooy is furious about it. I'm sure we're all furious about it. But beyond that, how did United look?
Yes, I mean, we should remind people there's no VR. There wasn't until now.
Well, we're getting to that in the next question.
But in this game, there's no VR. But I mean, you don't need VR. It's pretty obvious that he's offside. They got away with it. They were horrendous in the first half, Manchester United. But when I say horrendous, considering they were at Old Trafford against a bad team like Leicester, I think they had one shot from 25 yards, and that was it.
It's hard for them at Old Trafford.
Is it? Yeah.
Supposedly.
Poor Dorgu got subbed off at halftime. I don't think he was bad in the first half. I think he did okay, but he was taken off. Garnacho came on, and the second half was much better from a Manchester United point of view. They were a goal down. They won 2-1. They got lucky with the winner, okay? But the second half was at least much better than the first half.
You know what's funny is they're now, second favorites?
Well, I guess, yeah. That's very true. Gab, there's no VR in the FA Cup, as we just mentioned. Right, there was not, because until now and the 5th round, there will be VR. Why is that?
So the reason is last year they said, all right, we're going to have it in semifinals and final because they're at Wembley. And Wembley set up for VAR. We're going to have it when Premier League teams are at home because they're set up for it. Some people thought that this was unfair. No, well, because, why have it at some grounds, not at other grounds? It undermines the integrity of competition. It's complete nonsense, by the way. It doesn't undermine anything, right? Just because people can make mistakes in one place and they make fewer mistakes elsewhere. So now this year they've gone down this route, and it's just stupid. And it screws over Leicester. But hey,
in the Newcastle
what do you want me to say? Yeah. Newcastle went away to Birmingham City in the FA Cup 3-2. But Jules, there's more VAR-related controversy.
Yeah, so first of all, I just want to... Birmingham are in the 3rd division in England, in League One, if you didn't know, if you wonder where they were, because not that long ago they were in the Premier League. They played really, really well. They are such a great team. They have loads of money. That guy, Tom Brady, is a kind of a shareholder in the club.
Okay. As you know, sorry.
You don't want to say his name.
I'm going to just say a little something about Tom Brady here. Okay, so I am conditioned in a sporting sense to hate Tom Brady the way I would hate Osio Minora or Jerry Jones.
Okay.
However,
I
listened to him on the Super Bowl broadcast. He's really good.
Yeah,
we're going to reveal something. Well, no, because I always muted when he was on because it disgusts me. But I'm not saying he's as good a quarterback. He's good at television analyst as he's a quarterback. But I'm going to reveal something. Most of those analysts you hear, they have like 5 nerds watching 5 screens telling them, because the game goes so quickly, telling them what happened, right? I'm sure he has it too, but he doesn't need it. He comes out with his stuff straight away. He sees stuff.
Yeah.
The guy's got a freaking computer in his head.
But you would expect him to do that. Romo was like those.
Well, you like Tony Romo? He's
I'm just saying
1,000 times better. Anyway.
But I'm still saying that they see things so differently than any normal
Yeah,
human being.
he sees them. He can also articulate them in a succinct way.
Yeah,
he's really, really good at this.
He's really good. That was not a good weekend for him because his team Birmingham lost in the end, but they were outstanding. Itawa, is that their captain? Scored an incredible goal. They came up short against a good Newcastle team. And yeah, there was more VR controversy because there was a ball that went over the line that obviously nobody could help the referee.
All you VAR guys, like all those people. Oh, football was so much better with no VAR. Oh, but they've talked about
games now. The Maguire one and this one.
I mean, seriously, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I agree with you.